Henry Wolmarans. This is my wife, Jackie. Well, you know, Jackie and I were having a wonderful life until that all suddenly changed, and we can truly identify with you, and we'd like to tell you our story. In April 1999, Jackie contracted flu, and she coughed and she sneezed for 9 days. On the 9th day, she coughed and sneezed simultaneously, and that whiplash action dissected her carotid artery. That's a very rare thing to happen. Nobody knew it even had happened. And then on the 14th day, it tried to heal and formed a clot. And this occluded the carotid artery, causing her to have a stroke. She went blind and mute, and her right side became paralyzed. The doctors didn't really expect her to live, and her brain began to swell. If you look at the MRI, you can see that 85% of the left hemisphere of her brain has been damaged. On the 4th day, her brain had swollen by ½ an inch, crushing the good side into the inner wall of her skull.
The doctor said that I wouldn't live through the night. They said there would be a code blue.
And so what they wanted to do was that they actually wanted to operate and cut a hole in her head and take that piece of bone and put it into her stomach, allowing the brain to swell out. Now, this was obviously very heroic and quite dramatic operation. And we had signed a living trust just 6 weeks prior to this happening that gave each other the power of attorney should something just like this happen. Well, after careful consideration, we decided rather to go with the less invasive way, which was don't do the operation. And as a result of that, the doctor was not very happy with me, and he went through to speak to Jackie. She was still mute and couldn't see very well. I didn't know this was even happening. My son accompanied the doctor in with the nurse, and they told Jackie what her situation was and tried to get her to consent for the operation. Well, quite an amazing thing happened. She spoke up at that time, and she said to the doctor, "My husband will make the call." And then she went mute again for the next 3 weeks. In fact, she only said one word during that 3-week period. She remained in a therapeutical hospital for the next 30 days.
Before I had the stroke, Henry and I were ballroom dancers. When I was in the intensive care unit, Henry came in with my ballroom shoes and put them on the wall so I could look at them, and wrote under them, "If I had the courage, he had the faith."
Once released from hospital, Jackie went to an outpatient facility to do therapy. She spent 5 hours a day for the next 5 months doing therapy.
After 6 months, the doctor said that I wouldn't improve anymore, and the insurance company wouldn't pay for any more therapy. I was still in a wheelchair at the time.
We had to pick up the medical bills, and we have literally spent $130,000 trying to get Jackie to recover and help her from the situation. We have done hyperbaric chambers. In fact, she did 82 dives. And I'll never forget, we actually kidnapped her from the hospital one time and took her down to the chambers because the doctors wouldn't release her to go. We've done vascular dilation, where the doctor increases the size of the veins and then raises her blood pressure in order to force the blood into the brain. We did nutritional supplements and even studies on different kinds of water to make sure that she got as much oxygen to the brain as possible. We've done neurodevelopment treatment, which is an NDT. It's a physical therapy and occupational therapy combined. She's done that for over 7 years. And over and above that, she did acupuncture for at least 6 months. And then there's a time when she did acupuncture from a Chinese doctor while she was actually doing physical therapy. After 7 years of prayer and of therapy, we finally discovered something that the results have been so amazing that we feel compelled to share this with you.